Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another Sunday tutorial. Today I'm going to be doing three different birthday cards for three guys. And I actually used, I tried to kind of use some different contrasting methods maybe, like as far as embossing and just trying to make it look just a little different each one. So since I have to do all three, I was just going to go ahead and just had everything set up. So I'm going to just go ahead and get everything stuck on. So once I'm done, if you have any suggestions or you have any comments, then it is always welcome. So again, I have three different cards to make, different colors, different guys, birthday cards. So let's see how we go on this one. So I used a few embossing folders, and I'm going to show you those I used. These are like waves, wave pattern, just dots. And then I used another cutting die to get this shape out, and just to show you the wavy. And of course I had two other die cuts that I cut those out with, so you can see how that goes. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with the first one. So this is, a top open. So I'm going to go ahead and get those stuck on. And before I do forget, I would say for the next month, I do apologize for the inconvenience, but for unforeseen travel, I will be out for a month, so I will not be able to do my videos as I had promised. But when I'm back, I will get on track with that, and I do hope that you guys will join me again back then. But I do thank you guys so much for your support up to this point. I always like to do like a line in the middle so it'll sit, nicely. So I kind of did this like to overlap a little bit, so it is not exactly the same length. So this is what I was saying. You see, you have the little, the brown is a little longer. I was just experimenting with this. And then I'm going to put the last one, which would be on top here like this. And again, that was done with an embossing folder. Sometimes when you run out of ideas, an embossing folder can come in very handy. Okay, and let's get this one stuck on. So I'm kind of going to put it in between on the two. Okay, so this is the idea behind this. Then I'm going to go ahead and get this stuck here on both ends and in the middle, so that I can have everything set up. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this one. Just gonna go ahead and think I'll start with the other one first. That's just to give it a little dimension. I do have like little squares, but I don't always like to use them. first, just so that it doesn't stick out here. Get this piece off, and then I'm going to put in the last piece so it can sit right in the middle. It's just trying to be a little challenging, but I'm gonna keep at it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here, just so that it stays situated on the card. I'll just use a little bit of glue on the end here so that I can make sure this is stuck, because I really don't want it to be giving any issues. So this is a bit long, so I'm going to actually angle it on the card. So this is just a basic simple card. We're not, you know, with men it's kind of different, you know, trying to get something fancy. So at some point I'm going to maybe put some sort of a, I don't know, some little something here, but for now that's the first one. Let's go ahead and get the second one done. And this is a base that I had used some time ago, and I kind of messed it up when I was sticking the stuff on, so I'm going to go ahead and revive that one. And I'm going to start off by putting my first layer, which is black. And of course I'm going to stand up because I like to eyeball this way instead, so that I can make sure that it did come down properly. This one is just a little, wanting to give me another challenge. It looks like it's not wanting to behave again. Okay, so that's gonna work. So we have the first layer here, and let's go ahead and have the second layer on. This is another shade of green. I guess I wanted to give it some kind of contrast. May not necessarily be the best contrast, but it's contrast nevertheless. And these are usually done, I have lots of scraps. I'm also using them to my advantage. So this is one of the ways that it can be used. Okay, so this is the second layer. And let's go ahead and put the birthday on here. I think I'll stick this piece first. Okay, and that's the first part. Then I'm going to stick the other to make sure it's stuck on the this is a little difficult to get stuck on here, so it doesn't always glide right. So I'm going to center this one. Okay, so that's the other one. And let's do the last one. So far we have two different styles. So we're going to do this one. This card I had done some time ago, and I had those two pieces stuck in there, and then it's like, I changed my mind, so I'm just trying to revive this one. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just that the idea I had back then, I had changed my mind. So So I'm going to go ahead and get it set up. So with the first one, I'm going to go ahead and stick. Oops. Just had a little mishap here. I'm going to try that again. Okay, one's done. And I do have things like spots, little things I can put on there, just kind of to, I know men love spots a lot, so. Okay, so far I have those two, and I do have the sports pieces. Let me just try and grab them up. Okay, there they are. So I'm going to use those as well to match. And then now I'm going to go ahead and stick this one kind of, I'm going to kind of offset it a little bit so we have a little bit of white on the edges. So and I will use a little glue on the ends because I want to make sure that it stays stuck. Okay, so that's the what I would like to see, just the edges on the that are white. And I think I'm just going to use this glue here because it's kind of hard to run the runner on it. It doesn't seem to want to run properly when I use it on this, so just so that I don't mess it up, I think I'll just do this here. Is there enough glue? Maybe not. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try, let's see, I'm going to angle this one up between the two like this, and I'm going to just let it sit for a minute. So this is the other one. It doesn't look like much, but I personally find it hard to make cards for men, but you know, these are just, you know, options. Then here I have the there's baseball, basketball, so I'm just going to use perhaps one like this one. I believe I can use this one. I'll just put it here. I'm going to use a maybe let me see, I think I'll use one of the basketball on the end of this one, and guess I'll use a football on the end of this one, so it will kind of give it a little something. Maybe we got a ball here and a ball over, maybe over here, just something, you know, just like this. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I will put some smaller balls, just maybe one here and perhaps one up here. So we have another option, and with this one I will go ahead and put, you know, a basketball up here, and just to keep it, you know, just simple as possible. I'm going to set this aside, then I'm going to go ahead and get my stamp out so I can put the stamp the insides. Oh, guys, I have a sneeze. I'm trying not to sneeze, so please forgive me that if it does come out. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way so that I can get this flat. Just use the magnets here. I was already using this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it over. It just says wishing you a special day to celebrate your birthday. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in all three cards. I'm going to use my VersaFine ink. It's permanent pigment ink. It dries very quickly. That's one of my favorite inks. This is how it will look. So that's the first one. So this is very simple. I was trying not to do anything too complicated. And of course, if you don't have embossing folders or anything, that's okay. You can maybe go on the computer, get shapes, or you can just cut out your own shape, you know, trace it out and do your own shapes and whatever you wish. That is okay. Okay, our B didn't come out too good on this one, so I have to cut it up a little more. Okay, that's the second one. It's gonna set aside here, and then the last one. I'm going to turn this around so I don't have to flip it like I do sometimes. And let's see where this one is. Okay, so I'll have to take this off, and I'm going to have to set it so I can get it where I need it to be. Okay, all right, guys, so we have three cards, three mail cards, different designs or similar designs but kind of offset a little bit. So this would be the first one. So, you know, they are very simple cards. They are not, you know, fancy, but they are simple. This one was, I angled it up with two side panels kind of thing. This one I angled it down, and I had three different panel shapes. And this one, of course, just the two layers, one embossed, and then the center with the pattern. Now also, I want to show you guys really quickly some of the cards I was working on for the ladies. So this one here is birthday card for co-workers of mine. Of course, they're all for co-workers. I enjoy making the cards for them every time their birthday comes around. So this one is just you know, cards I had laying around that I you know, I needed to recycle, and all I did was just add, you know, little decorations to it instead of getting rid of it. So I added flowers and leaves to that one, you know, just to give it a little, you know, something. And then this one here, you know, I kind of liked, I had this little embellishment that I got from Walmart, and this was yellow, so I just said, let me just add this here, and of course the name. And if you notice, it's pink, so I tried to do the name and the sentiment in pink, and of course stamped in the center. Then this one is One Who Loved Patriots. She's a Patriots fan, so she said she wanted something with the Patriots on it. So I said, okay, let me just, you know, cut out a little something, you know, and just help, you know, make that day special for her. And then the last one I have is also simple. Just a little flower in the middle with leaves, pink, and birthday wishes. So these are cards that for my co-workers, a total of 7 cards, and pretty much that's it for the month of March. So I do have some more to make in April, Hopefully I'll be able to do one more tutorial before I leave to head out. So if you like those ideas, of course, give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to you guys subscribing, and see you with my next tutorial, perhaps next Sunday or Saturday. And thereafter, like I said, I will be back on track, perhaps the second week in April. So thank you so very much for watching, and do have a wonderful week. Bye bye.